Hey guys, so apparently this week I'm supposed to pretend that Jay's in the podcast. I'm not really sure how we're going to do this, so... Yeah, this is stupid. What is up, guys? We are here today to talk about Airbnb, and it is late on a Monday night. I think it's like 9 o'clock or something right now, but oh well, that's what we go through in order to get you the content which you're after. So we actually had a viewer reach out to us and ask us this question, and to be honest, I'm surprised we haven't covered it sooner because it's a very, very, very common question. So before we get started, my name is Ben Robinson with McInnes Marketing. This is my business partner Jay. Say hello, Jay. Yeah, that's enough out of you. Anyway, so Airbnb. One of the main questions we get is Airbnb allowed? And yes and no are the answer to those questions. Let's start from the beginning here and make sure that we're really getting to the point. So it used to be just like any other city. If you owned your home, you could put it on Airbnb. If you owned maybe an investment home, second, third, fourth home, you could put it on Airbnb. Somebody would come in, stay 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, however long, and you would just make money like anyone else, like another short-term rental. However, this became stupidly popular. So there was an ongoing raging battle between homeowners and one side saying, look, we own the home, we can do whatever we want. And renters saying, well, these people are making so much more money through Airbnb and it's reducing the amount of available rentals for us, so it's driving the price up. So this war went back and forth, waged onwards and onwards like Game of Thrones, and never came to an end. And eventually the BC government stepped in and they sided with the renters essentially. So as of the start of the year, the new rules changed and you can only, one, rent your principal residence out. So if you have an investment home, second, third home, whatever it may be, that's not allowed to go up on Airbnb. So it has to be your principal residence, the property registered as your principal residence. 2, you have to be licensed with the BC government. And 3, your building has to allow it. So if you're in a condo, downtown Vancouver, there's 3, soon to be 4 with the Sparrow coming on board that allow Airbnb downtown. So it's a really important one. So first of all, it has to be your principal residence. So if you are looking to utilize this as an investment opportunity, just be very, very careful, as it's really not going to work because you're going to get caught up to, and the fines are substantial now. I mean, they're like $1,000 a day. Second of all, you have to be registered with the BC government. So this is the first of its kind, but the BC government and Airbnb came together, basically said, hey, how can we join together and make like a super form? Anyway, how can we join together and make like a super form? And so they agreed to come up with like a regulated service. So just like any other business, you will apply for a business license. You have to put that business license on your Airbnb ad to show that you're registered, and Airbnb will monitor this as well. It's still a little bit new as to how they're going to work out the kinks and who's going to take responsibility. But that's basically how the details changed. And probably guessed it, in order to get that business license, you have to state that it's your primary residence. And then third, a lot of you guys living in condos, there's a ton of bylaws out there restricting what you can and can't do, short-term rentals for a month, for 3 months, whatever it may be. Check the bylaws on your building, because 9 times out of 10, unfortunately, you're not allowed to do Airbnb, and they're usually really, really clear on this one. So a lot of people, even though these rules were the case, they were still just going ahead and they were just saying, yeah, whatever. I mean, I can make anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 a month for renting out my place. Who cares? I'll soak up the fine. And the fine was like $200 a week. So I mean, what, you get an $800 fine a month, and some of these guys are making $8,000. That's fine. You're still going to pocket your $7,200 profit. So what people have now been doing is they've kind of been more strict on that, and you now can get charged up to $1,000 a day. So much more typically you can be fined for than what you can actually earn through the place. Will you keep it down? Shut up. If you do want to utilize Airbnb, there are buildings that you can look at particularly, and give us a shout and we can have a discussion with you on those ones. Our contact details are below. But a really, really good opportunity of how to take advantage of this still is if you live in a house or a condo that you're allowed to do Airbnb and it's your principal residence, if you're planning on a vacation at all, what a few people have been doing is they've been going away on vacation for 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then they've just been renting Airbnb their place while they're away. So just for that 2 or 3 weeks, of course, following the rules. You know, especially with the new rule changes, there's a lot less legal available Airbnbs in the area now. So it's actually pushed the price up a lot. So it's, oh, I am dimming in here. So, ooh. So that's a good way to take advantage of Airbnb. It's a good chance to make some decent money. You're following the rules. Make sure you're registered beforehand to avoid any trouble. And if you have any questions on Airbnb, guys, give us a shout. I'm more than happy to answer. Like I said, our contact details are below. Follow me on Instagram. I am Real Benjamin Robinson and Benjamin Robin Real Estate on Facebook. And I am Jay McInnes on Instagram, McInnes Marketing on YouTube and Facebook, and then Jay McInnes just on Facebook as well. Guys, if you're enjoying the podcast, we've been having some awesome feedback. Please leave us a review. It literally is our lifeline and our blood. Give us a 5-star rating, write a review. Much appreciated. We love you guys, and thank you to those who are reaching out and giving us ideas on what's going to help you on your real estate journey, as we are here to educate you. Yeah, so before we get into Airbnb, what's your thoughts on this?